So there's always this discussion around Gen Z, and the people in Gen Z, they're really frustrated with their work life and a lot of things. But a lot of other generations, their bosses are extremely frustrated with Gen Z. And I think one of the core issues is that the expectations and the ability to deliver of Gen Z is off compared to other generations. So there's an American professor, he teaches business in an MBA program. His name is Scott Galloway. He is quite prominent on social media and has very good content, so you should absolutely give him a follow. And he's been serving his MBA students. And what came out is, they are Gen Z, of course, and what came out is that 87% of them were expecting to make $750,000 per year once they reach the age of 35. So of course, these are young people and they're very ambitious. So not only is this group of people more ambitious than the average, they also are more likely to have high salaries. But come on, 700,000 at 35, that is absolutely ludicrous. But it gets even worse when they asked more stuff. What was actually their main priority in life? It was balance. So think about this. How can you get to the 1% by having a balanced life? This is absolutely impossible. And I think what's at the core of this is that the discovery, the inspiration that you get on this app, for example, the stuff that you see, the things that are theoretically possible, they are endless for the younger generation. And it's true. They could theoretically do this. But the problem is if they don't put in the pain, the hours, the risk, everything that actually is needed to get to the top, they'll never make it. And I think it's this disconnect between what is actually possible. And for them, a lot is possible compared to earlier generations. But like, if you compare that to what they have to put in, they don't understand what is needed to get to the top. And I think that's the major disconnect. And so if you're in Gen Z, I think it would really help you to recalibrate this because it doesn't fit together. And those that are outside of the Gen Z, they can see it in your generation, like all the time. This is something I notice, everybody notices, the disconnect between what they are trying to get, what they think they're due, and what they're putting in. But also for all of us that are not in Gen Z, to maybe help them to find back on the path, to nudge them to a more realistic understanding of what is possible. Because honestly, trying to earn that much money and then trying to have a balanced life, it would be nice, of course, who doesn't want that, but it's absolutely unrealistic. And this loss of realism is, in my view, really at the core of Gen Z's problems. You gotta live in reality, and 700K at 35 with a balanced lifestyle surely is not.